Howdy folks, Todd here with Great Escape Farms. I am here with Micael Judd with ecologiadesign.com, and he is going to talk about figs and how to do some pruning here. So I thank you very much for his time, and I'll turn it over to him.
Hey all. So we grow a lot of different types of figs. We trial them to see what does really well for us. We're in zone 6B, 7A, so we're getting more toward that northern edge for figs growing. So we want to position them ideally in the south and then protected in the north, usually by your house. If you have some stone or masonry around you to help create a microclimate, very helpful. Then the other tricks are the fig bush is a vigorous grower. It just wants to grow itself as a huge bush, which can sometimes take the energy away from your fruit. So what I do during the summer is I cut them back. I cut off the tops. Right, you see that? I snip off the top so that then the energy is going to come back into filling these fruits out. Now, if I don't do that, it's quite possible that this could just start growing a lot of bush and not mature these fruits in time for our shorter season, right? So it stimulates the energy to go into the fruits, which is really key for us. Otherwise, sometimes some of these figs might stay hard all the way through. Going into the winter, and we'll never get the fruit from them. So we want to keep them cut back. Typically I go for about 6 feet, right? And that's usually about 3 whorls coming up, your fig tree, but keep them at about 6 feet during the growing season. And then that's really nice because in the winter time, to help them overwinter, you can get a cage and you can wrap the fig bush around with the cage and fill that with leaves, dry leaves. Put like a Hessian sack over the top of that. That sack helps the leaves from not sinking down too much with the rain. And what that does is it insulates your bush so that those stems will overwinter. Otherwise, it's quite often the case that they will get winter burn and they'll die. And the fig roots will probably be fine and they'll reshoot for you the next year. But when they reshoot, they may not have enough time to produce that fruit in mature time. So you do want to preserve some of the stem in the winter, and then you want to cut them back during the growing season, and then you're going to get some of the best fruits on the planet. And I don't give them a nice soil. You don't want to overlove these guys because that lushness will just turn into the bush. Figs come from Mediterranean climates, harsh, dry, poor nutrient soils, right? So you almost want to give them that hard, crappy spot you got because they're going to then really thrive and produce more fruit for you and less bush.
So we're in a big drought right now, and I'm watering my figs about every other day. Is
Yeah.
that overdoing it?
No, I mean, you'll still, by getting the water, of course they're going to love the water. The water is going to, help that fruit mature.
I have big bushy figs, but I don't have as much fruit as you have going on here.
This is a good year. This is a good year for us. Some years aren't so much. If I don't fence them, they reshoot. I may not get the fruit in time. If I forget or don't get to cutting them back, which happens some year, may not get the fruit either. The deer don't eat them either, and that's another great thing, especially for us. We have a herd of deer here, so not palatable to the deer. If you are going to come out and cut these, wear long sleeves and maybe gloves because the latex in this stuff is very, very itchy.
Gluey as well.
And it's itchy. I did a short sleeve the other day and I had to jump in the pool.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, tough problem to have.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, you can show people. We're right next to the pool. And this is a great spot because it's all, it's south facing, it's sunny. We have all this masonry concrete around us. And again, it's a snack fruit. So it's like, oh, okay, look, you're going to see those. If they're out of sight, out of mind, they might mature too quickly. The bees like to get in them. But, it's like, hey, snack fruit right by the pool. Boom, boom, boom. I got snack fruits all around this pool. So
awesome.
Take advantage of that sun and that attention you're getting here. But figs are great. The 2 winners for us out of all we've trialed are Chicago Hardy and Brown Turkey. And they're both great figs. We've trialed other ones, but, for our climate and my minimal input, these are the winners. So I do highly recommend them.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time, Micael, showing us your wonderful edible landscaping here.
You bet.